It was a day just like any other, which meant you could count on the unexpected. I was just another talk show host. That is, until trouble sauntered in. The dame strolled in with secrets to spill. In fact, she walked right up to me and said,
"Who are you talking to?"
"Right. Let's start the show."
Welcome to This Afternoon Today, the daytime late night talk show where we talk to our favorite comedians and creators to learn more about how they do what they do. My special guest this week is none other than the one and only Criss.
Hello.
Bonnie, thank you so
are
much
you?
for being here.
Great
I'm
to
doing
be here.
fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Well, wonderful.
Did I
Welcome
already
to the
ask
show.
that?
You did, but I don't mind saying it twice because that's how good I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I'm
Twice the good.
Twice the good, and very happy to have you on the show today.
Yeah,
I
this is
want
fun.
to dive right in and let the people get to know you a little bit better. So first of all, you have many siblings.
Yes.
2 questions. 1, why? And 2, do you think that contributed to you being a funny person, having a lot of siblings?
Yes. So I am the last of 6. So
Wow.
I have
The
5
last of 6.
siblings.
That would be a good novel
There's
name.
3 boys and 3 girls. Yes. So I came from a Catholic family. So there's your why.
Yeah.
No birth control. But yes. I feel like it did play a huge part in why I wanted to, be a comedian and be funny. And, I was the youngest, and so I was like fighting for my life to just get attention,
Someone to stand out.
I needed to stand out, yeah. So
Well,
I had a lot of bad haircuts.
Oh, intentionally?
I mean, when you're that age.
yeah. There's nothing but.
Nothing but.
I had a bowl
Yeah.
cut or two. In my youth.
My bowl cut made me who I am today, to be honest. Yes.
Another good memoir name.
Yes, yeah.
You're a very fantastic, funny performer.
Thank you.
I feel very lucky to get to do shows with you, to
Yes.
get to do sketches with you. You do a lot of characters and character work. Is there a methodology to coming up with a character for you? Is it start with a line of dialogue, a voice, a costume? Where's the root for most of these characters?
I feel like it could be, it's a little bit of everything. So like I could see a wig, I could try on a wig, and that kind of like inspires, a certain character, or a certain piece of clothing could, inspire a character. People that I meet in life, most of the time it's voices that I hear in my, I hear a lot of voices in my head
Oh,
that I try to mimic them, and that's where I
myself doing that as
garner
well.
a lot of, practice with that.
Right. Do you do
Is
this in the
that the
car
right-
alone when I'm driving?
Yeah,
I'll talk out loud
at the
to myself.
store. Usually it's at the store, at the grocery store.
Oh.
If I hear somebody's voice, then I just repeat it and I say it over to myself.
Do you do that while you're in the grocery store? Do you have to be careful not to say it too loud near them, or do they think you're...
Yeah, I'll usually, go an aisle over. Or wait till I leave and get back in the car.
Yeah.
Or
monitoring yourself.
sometimes I even record people. I don't know if that's allowed.
Do you really?
Like voice recording. I don't film them, but if I can
illegal,
get lucky, I
technically.
sometimes do voice record.
It's not a
people.
phone call, right? It's just in person?
It's not a phone call, it's in person. But every once in a while, or I'll write down what they say in like a notes app, and then try to get back to it later and try to
Sure.
remember what they said, or something like that. So.
Well, in case it goes without saying, but
I'm
this cannot
sorry.
be used as proof that Bonnie has done anything wrong.
No, I can't get in trouble, right?
Are any of your characters real people then? I know you said you based them off, the voices and dialogue off how someone might sound. But
I in my earlier days of doing sketch comedy where we would have to write monologues, a lot of the time I would use real people that I knew that I would draw inspiration from. One was a second mother to me growing up.
Oh.
And I used a lot of inspiration from her, because she's a very fast talker, and she's always got these suggestions. She always had suggestions for things. So, but that's a character I've done. I mean, that was a way long time ago.
Do you still have her in there? Could you do a little
I think
bit
she's
of...
in there. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
always you gotta go to. I don't know.
Oh, she's making recommendations.
She's
Yeah,
always you gotta go to Greenpoint and get the salmon, but get it like this, and
She's giving you recommendations for out of town things. And, yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Bernard is a good one, but Bernard was like more of a, I don't know, I felt him in my bones. Like,
You felt Bernard in
I
your
felt
bones?
Bernard in my bones. The second I put the wig and the jacket on, and I did the facial hair, I was like, I felt him in my bones. He was like a man that I would want to know. Like, just a good man that I would want to know. And so that didn't really come from anybody that I knew.
You kind of Pinocchio'd a character into, you were like, I want to create this version of a man I would like to meet.
Yes, just like a sweet, gentle man.
That's beautiful.
You know?
Let's take a look at a clip of Bernard right now.
Oh, hey.
How's it going, Hans?
Hey, fancy running into y'all
I know.
here. Hello,
How are you?
Bernard, I'm doing well. How are y'all?
We're just going around wishing everybody a happy Sunday.
I love that. Who doesn't love a Sunday?
You want to join us? Come on. Yeah, sure.
You'll have to
I'm
write
over
me in. I couldn't figure out the sign up.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Oh, that's
Wow. Fantastic
You know,
stuff.
yeah.
So
Masterpiece.
You're channeling just ideally a person you would like to meet out in the wild
Yes,
somewhere.
yeah. He's someone, I mean, you know, I've met a lot of good men in my life, but he, to me, is like the best. The best of the best.
You have a lot of costumes for your characters.
Yeah.
What, it's somebody that is, you know, maybe hasn't done this before, what makes a good character costume?
I think something distinctive. Like if if you're thinking of a certain character, if you have like there's always stereotypes of, you know, certain characters. So like if it's like a Western character, you're looking for a great like, you know, like a leather jacket with like, you know, fringe. Is
Yeah.
it fringe?
Yeah.
Or you know, or it could be like a piece of jewelry. You know, like big bangles if you're like, you know, a rich woman.
So you're saying it's usually like
It's like
a certain
a
piece
piece.
that pops.
Yeah, I think it's a certain piece that pops, and then you can kind of create around it,
Build out
add
the ensemble
pieces
from
to
there.
it. You know, like I said, sometimes I start with a wig, so then from a wig, I'm like, okay, what would this person look like in this, you know, dress? So yeah, I think it starts with a piece.
Do you find that you try to create someone as true to life as you can imagine them, or do you find that you want to make them like larger than life, kind of absurd with the like costume?
I think I tend to lean towards more absurd, just because like you'd never. I mean, it's more fun that way too. Like lean into it. It's so much fun. Like, and you know, one of my best friends, Sally, has taught me so much about leaning into a character and like how all these different details of a costume can just like add so much, you know, because I used to think like, oh, I put on the wig and I'm in this character, but like no, if you add, you know, a certain big pearl earring, then you're like this woman from the 50s or the 60s. Like, you know, these little details just add so much. So yeah.
The little details
The
matter.
little details matter. The name of my memoir.
The third forthcoming memoir from you.
Yes.
Do you have any advice to somebody who's like going to try to create a character from scratch? I mean, we've touched on starting with a voice, finding that statement piece. Do you have any other advice to someone to help them like find that root element or lean in?
I think just if you find somebody that you think is very interesting and there's something about them that like stands out to you, then like watch them. Like, I know it
Follow them around, record
I know it
them
sounds
illegally.
creepy, but like watch them, or like write down certain things about like what they're wearing, or like what does their voice sound like, or you know, or what's like what's something that they said that you're like, I've never heard anybody say that in my entire life. I have to write this down. My favorite place to write down lines of dialogue of what people have said is in a women's restroom, because I mean girls are just and they're talking about just the craziest stuff, and they're just like, he said he was gonna call me back, but his phone's not where, like, you know, just there's always some fun stuff. So yeah, I think watch people, listen to people, follow people, but don't stalk them.
It's a fine line.
Or like, you know, watch some of your like favorite movies, or I don't know, old movies are good to pull inspiration from. Your parents, they do stupid stuff. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Close friends, family, loved ones,
I just have
dogs.
one more
Cats.
question for you today,
Ferrets.
Bonnie. And it's an important question. I really want to
Oh, God.
dig in here
Oh,
and
boy.
help you, you know, really give us a
Yeah.
substantive answer
Yeah.
here. So
Give it to me. Give it to me.
I want to ask you. I guess what I want to ask you is about.
I was trying to pay attention to the guy. I mean, he was interviewing me after all, but I couldn't resist it. The siren song of that sweet baby Grand. I'd always wanted to sing on a piano, and now was my chance.
Thank you so much to our special guest, Bonnie Criss. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode of This Afternoon Today.